Well, hey there, hi there, ho there. I got that funk just about to get ready and start my day, but I just watched a video from my friend Rogue Combatant about how he is an American patriot, and I thought I wanted to add my 2 cents worth to the conversation. Because, as most of you probably already are aware, I'm obviously an American citizen, but I don't live in the USA. I've been living in Britain for the past 21 years. So, as an expat, I sometimes run across, some anti-American sentiment here in the UK. And I am always interested because sometimes people get nervous, even if they're not being like really horrible about America. They get nervous about criticizing America in front of me because Americans have a tendency to get overprotective when it comes to criticism about the USA, especially when that criticism comes from foreigners. I don't have a problem when foreigners criticize my country at all whatsoever. And the reason I don't have any kind of problem with it is because what my country does affects virtually every other country on earth one way or another. If we're not affecting other countries politically, you can be sure that we are affecting them on a cultural level with all of our exports, whether we're exporting products or our culture in terms of music and film and media and the internet. We are all over the world pushing our sort of mores in the face of other people. We're not necessarily demanding that they accept them, but we do sort of show the rest of the world what we're all about. I love America. I love it, warts and all. Don was going on in his video about how he loves the actual country itself, the place, the geographical place that the United States happens to inhabit on our planet. And I happen to agree with that. The United States has some of the best natural beauty available on Earth, whether you're talking about the Grand Canyon or the Great Plains are even beautiful if you know how to look at them. I'm a big fan of deserts, etc. So, Don, I'm completely in agreement with you about the beauty of America, the natural beauty of America. And I'm sure you would agree with me with what I'm about to say as well. My love for America extends way past just loving the place. I tend to love the people, even though a lot of people are idiots. Generally speaking, Americans are warm people. Generally speaking, Americans, want to be hospitable to strangers. Generally speaking, Americans, want to be likable people and so forth. And of course, it's the same all over the world. But, in the United States of America, we have our own brand of that. And I think it can be somewhat charming. The better side of it, anyway, can be somewhat charming. As regards the political situation in America, I'm actually proud of that as well. I really admire the system that was set up by the founders of the country way back when. And unfortunately, in my estimation, we've drifted an awful long way away from the goals the founders had for our country. Having said all that, the system that we have in place, on paper anyway, is a great system. In practice, it obviously needs lots and lots and lots and lots of fixing. But on paper, I reckon we have one of the best systems on earth. What really gets me, though, as an American, especially being an American who lives abroad, the real thing that chaps my ass about patriotic Americans is when patriotic Americans can't handle criticism of America, or, and this is one that, Don, you're not guilty of, but this is one I see a lot on the internet. I really can't stand it when Americans' patriotism leads them to conclude that the United States of America is the greatest country in the world. You can think it's the greatest country for you in the world, that's fine. But generally speaking, the quality of a country can be measured, in terms of the way it treats its people, in terms of the freedoms that are available to its citizens, in terms of the services that are available to its citizens, etc., etc. And unfortunately, the United States doesn't even rank in the top 10 when it comes to many, many, many indicators of what makes people happy and healthy. So, we've got a lot to be desired. And therefore, I really can't stand it when I hear Americans, especially American politicians, say as if it's just a fact that the United States is the greatest country in the world. At best, such a statement is an opinion. But to say it as if it's a fact and as if everyone else should accept it as a fact is obscene to me. It's just so overconfident and, just obviously wrong that it really, really does embarrass me when I see people say stuff like that. Anyway, so that's my take on patriotism. Now I'm going to get out of bed and go to work. Hope you all have a good day. Thanks for watching, and may all your ups and downs be ups.